Hey guys, welcome back to Say It With Your Chest.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Hannah.
And as we said in the last episode, we're going to talk about like the Mel Robbins topics kind of that she talked about with Jake Shane on his podcast. I watched it last week and now we're just going to go through our thoughts and maybe do a quick recap of our weeks or something. But to start, okay, so actually I had so many thoughts.
Me too, when I was like, I wish I wrote them down because when I was listening to it, I was like, that's such a good point. That's such a good point.
Okay, so I think to start first, well, okay, one of the things she said that you brought up last week was the thing about how if you don't remember things, you're not like living in the moment or something, and there's probably a reason why you don't remember them.
Yeah, and like the way that Jake Shane said that like he can like see pictures of things and be like, oh yeah, like I remember it from that picture, but doesn't actually remember being there is like how I feel. Like if you showed me a picture from spring break, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember doing that, but it's not like readily available in my brain.
In your brain.
Which is
That's
so
weird. Interesting because
I know.
Okay, I feel like
especially pictures from like middle school, early high school.
Yeah, well, they were saying like, oh my god, you know when someone's saying something and you're like, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
I feel like I do that a lot, but then once they start like explaining it, I'm like,
everything.
oh. But then I always think I'm like, okay, was I just not paying attention?
No, I just think it's like your brain has to handle so much information that like you can't hold on to everything.
Yeah, I guess.
But also it's like schemas, which makes sense. Like in psychology, like there are trigger words and stuff that bring those memories. So it's like the inside out balls, like they're stored somewhere, and someone will like spark your memory and it will come back up, but it's not like at the forefront.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But it was also interesting because she said like if you were really stressed in the moment or like she also said like traumatized, like you might not remember things. But this happens to me a lot when I talk to like my friends from home and they're like, oh my god, like remember blah blah, like stuff from high school. And obviously like it was a long time ago at this point, but there's some things that I'm like, I literally never knew that. And they're like, yes, you did, like you literally were there, like you lived through it. And I'm like, I have no memory. Maybe you were really
stressed during that time.
Maybe, but like I don't. What was I stressed about in high school? Like nothing. Like it was high school. It was all fun and games. Like nothing really to be like crazy stressed about. Where I feel like I would have to like
block things out.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I thought that was super interesting. But
high school is like specifically traumatic for me, which is why I don't have any memories from it. Well, it was like my sophomore year is when my dad died, so I really my whole sophomore year, like I don't remember like being in school like at all. But
yeah,
it kind of sucks though because I know that there's so many other like memories from that time that I'm like, oh, that would have been good to remember. But if I see a picture or something, I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Actually, when they were talking about that it reminded me of you with your birthday, because I feel like you know when they were sending us all the memories from your birthdays, I was like, oh my god, you had so many good birthdays in college. But then you're like, I hate my birthday, and I never do anything for it. And I'm like, wait, but this is a proof we did so many fun things. And then we went on vacation right after.
I know, but I think I meant more like because my birthday's always aligns with something else that it never feels like it's my birthday, which just sounds so stupid because it doesn't matter. But like other people in like certain like times of the year have like nothing's going on, so it's like oh, their birthday's a big deal, like we can all are free to like celebrate and everything. My birthday's always landed on Blarney, so like we knew like it wasn't really up to me like what we were doing.
Okay, yeah.
But it was fun, like it was nice to have something to do, especially in Amherst. Like what else were we gonna do? But yeah, it was always Blarney or spring break. So it was just kind of like an afterthought. Oh, it is also Hannah's birthday.
Yeah, like we always had stuff to do, but it wasn't necessarily like
because it was my birthday. It was just like that's
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, another point that they brought up, well, I feel like this was the biggest part of the episode. Also, that episode was like almost 2 hours long.
It was so long. I was listening to it on the T on my commute to and from work for like 4 days.
Yeah, it was a really long episode. But one of the biggest things they talked about, I feel like, was the let them theory, which is what we were saying last week that we should talk about. So essentially what she was saying is that I guess it's really like you shouldn't care too much about what people think about you.
Because you don't have control over anything anyone else thinks or does.
Right. And then I guess she just coined it like the let them theory, which is basically like, yeah, let them think that about me. Let them think like, I'm that way.
It doesn't alter what you think.
And who you are as a person. Yeah. Is basically what she was explaining.
I liked the example.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Well, I like the example they gave. It's like when you, like when they were talking about like, you know, you're a good friend, but you don't feel like going to a 12-person birthday dinner because it's someone's birthday and like that's just not your thing. You're not like an outgoing social person. You'd rather like take them for coffee like another day.
Yeah.
And like that person might think, oh, that person's a bad friend because they didn't come to my birthday party.
Right.
It's like, let them think that, you know, that you're a good friend and that you have good intentions.
Yeah, I feel like whoa. Sorry.
Right. And that, like, honestly,
I feel like that really resonates with us because I feel like we're both kind of like people pleaser, kind of like, especially with things like that when it comes to friends.
And I'm very much, like, I don't really care what other people think about me in a broader sense, but I do want people to think that I'm a good friend.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that I am.
Me too. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
But I feel like, honestly, after watching that episode, it like, I don't want to say it changed my life.
No, but I did feel better. I did feel better.
Yeah, like there were a lot of things that made me think like, okay, like I don't always need to like spread myself so thin or like bend over backwards to make things work because I know that I'm a good friend and I feel like to my friends like I've proved that, I guess, in a sense, like time and time again. So like basically like it's okay to say no even to your friends, which I feel like sometimes is hard.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, you want to be seen as a good friend to your friends.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, okay, you actually do need to put yourself first. And it's like if doing something is gonna, I don't know.
Well, it's like, it's how many times have I gone to a 12-person birthday dinner with like $10 in my bank account and I literally can't afford to like split the bill with 12 people.
Yeah.
And I go anyway and like I put myself in a bad situation because I don't want people to think that I'm a certain way.
And I feel like that happened a lot in college. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, honestly, watching this whole episode made me realize that I feel like a lot of things that, like a lot of scenarios that happened with friends in college, like really shaped the way I am with my friends now and make me feel like guilty about things. Whereas before, I'd never like had situations like that, so I would have been like, oh, like it's not a big deal, like you know what I mean. But then things in college happened and now I'm like always freaking out, like oh my god, like, you know.
But I also feel like I was probably that way for a long time where I like thought like I don't know, like if they don't want to come to this, that means that they don't care about me, like blah blah blah. But like it just comes with like growing up and maturing to realize that like not everything's about you.
Right.
So like I've been on both sides of it, but now I feel like we're at a place where we can like actually appreciate what they talked about in the podcast.
Yeah, well, because I think also part of growing up is realizing like not everything is about you, but also realizing that we said this before, like people are busy and it's like just because someone can't do something doesn't mean that like they're not your friend or they don't want to be your friend or whatever. It's just like everyone is really busy and obviously we're becoming adults and like we have like bills to pay and like stuff like that. So it's like if someone's saying no to something, there's most likely like a reason behind it. Or even if there's not, like that's okay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was also thinking, while like the let them theory is good, I could see it becoming like
this is what I was
bad in a way too, because you know, like if you get to a point where it's just like you're blowing people off all the time,
right?
Or like
but that's why I liked the way that they said like, oh, the 12-person birthday dinner is not my thing. Like I'm gonna make it up to them by doing something that we both like together alone.
Right.
Like
exactly.
It's not an excuse to just blow off your friends and be an asshole.
Right.
But like, you don't have time this week. Okay, make plans for the next week and do something like to make it up for them.
Exactly. Like while I was listening to it, I was like, I could so see
people
like
taking advantage of this. And being like, well,
let them theory, like what happens. And it's like, okay, well, don't like abuse it.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like the whole time I was listening to it, going, there's such a fine line between it.
It is such a fine line. But also, like on the other side of it, like from the friends, I feel like your friends,
because sometimes I am
know
like
you and be like, well, okay, like
because sometimes I do believe like there are times where you have to just suck up and do things that you don't want to do because for your friends, because they're a good friend, and that's just the way that life works sometimes. Like, so I don't know, it is a fine line, because sometimes I'm just like, there are things that you maybe like it's a busy week, but like that person has done a lot for you and you need to show up, you know?
100%. Yeah, I agree. But
I'm trying to think what else.
Well, because a lot of it they were just talking about like Jake's like trauma, so.
Well, they were also talking about dating a lot.
Yeah, which was interesting, but I didn't really like have any big takeaways.
No, I mean it's a classic dating. Like you have to learn how to love yourself before you can learn to love anyone else.
Right. I didn't realize Jake had. I mean, if we want to talk about Jake Shane a little bit, I didn't realize he had all of those like issues.
I don't know. I also think that at some point she was trying to like pull them out of him. Like, what else do you hate about yourself? Like,
well, also I thought it was crazy when she just kept like repeating like, okay, so you think you're fat? Like, I was like, shit. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I do like how she's like direct though, because that is what he was saying. But like, I think that his view on dating and everything is very common with like how.
What's his view again?
Well, it's just like how people are always like, what should I text him? Like I said I would text him when I finished the movie, and like,
that was so funny. Right, I thought that was so funny.
She is like me, where I'm always just like, just text him that you didn't finish the movie. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that serious, but like I get how dating is stressful like that. You want to say the right thing, but in reality, you should try to be yourself. And if someone else doesn't appreciate that, then that person's probably not for you. But like you're trying to curate a message that's perfect for them, but
but then that's not being true to you. Yeah. I thought that was sorry, keep doing that. I thought that was so funny when
I'm like, I was like her in that situation. I was like, just text them anything. Like if you want to continue the conversation, just literally text anything.
Saying, like, but should I wait for him?
Like, right. And that's how people stop talking.
I know, that was really funny. Yeah, I feel like that was pretty much it. Like those were like the two biggest things that I kind of took away from watching it. I think that Mel Robbins, like her story is pretty interesting. Like she was saying how she like struggled with anxiety basically like her whole life, and then one day she just like
I also that's a good point. Like I liked how she like kind of defined what anxiety is.
Oh yeah, it's and like a temporary state of being or something. Is that what she said?
It's like a temporary state of like not knowing what's gonna happen. Yeah,
right.
Which is like so true, because it's just like a fear of like lack of control. Like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I also think at some points it's like oversimplifying it, because anxiety is like a medical diagnosis.
Right.
So it's like not something everyone like it's not something everyone can control, and just by being like, okay, like whatever, like obviously
a lot of people can't like talk themselves out of it.
Like a lot of like obviously all you can do for it really besides like meds are like coping strategies, which I think it's helpful for those people who have like that type of anxiety.
Yeah.
But I did think she was like oversimplifying it a little bit.
I agree. I feel like it was kind of,
but I think for a certain person that does work.
Yeah. I was getting to a point a little bit like as I was watching it where I was kind of getting not like annoyed, but
yeah,
I feel, I don't know, like talking about mental health is so hard and like such a fine line that it's like,
and I am also a just very mistrusting person, so I'm just like, well, are you are you just like a TikTok therapist?
That's what I was thinking too. I mean? I was like, is she like a mental health professional?
Let them theory isn't an original theory. Like people have been saying it forever. She just coined the term.
Yeah, of course. But so, I was thinking that too. Skeptical. I was like, is she like a mental health professional, or is she just someone who had anxiety and like this worked for her, so she's sharing it? Either way, fine. But I think it does get tricky when it's like obviously Jake Shane has a huge platform, and then it's like if all these like kids that might have anxiety are just listening to this, like I don't know, because you know, like kids on the internet, like they'll just believe whatever. So I was thinking that a little bit watching it too, but overall I think it was
I think it was good because I think she really emphasized like taking control of your own thoughts and like taking control of like the way that you feel, because you do have control over it to a certain extent. And like I think a lot of people in our generation are very like passive in like mental health and being like it gathers attention, it gathers like it's like trendy to have like anxiety. Like so I do think our generation needs to hear that, like if you actually do want to like you there is something you can do about it. Like you know.
Right. Oh my god, that's so true. Yeah, because I hate when I see people online that kind of like glorify mental health.
Yeah, I hate it.
And then they're
and that was the problem with like the 2014 Tumblr era.
Oh, like, he was talking about that. I was never on Tumblr. So
I was a huge Tumblr girl, but it was so like cool to be like the loner girl who like doesn't talk to anyone, like who has mental health issues. It's like you get like attention from it, but it's like really like dangerous.
Yeah, that is really dangerous.
Right.
So yeah, it was definitely a super interesting like piece of content to consume. I guess I don't really know what else to call it, but it was interesting. Some good takeaways. Maybe listen to it if you didn't. But yeah, it's kind of my thoughts on that. Okay, if you're wondering like why we look like this, and
I know we've never looked like this.
I know we're like,
and I'm also
totally
kind of getting drunk. Oh, and I just had to say that out loud. I don't know like what's happening here, but it's happening. Anyway.
Okay, so anyway, we're going to Hannah's having like a 3-way birthday party. Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing.
No, it's really funny.
But yeah, Hannah's having a 3-way birthday party tonight. Sorry.
Hey, why is it so funny?
I don't know.
It is funny though because it is so like not me to be doing this, and like I've like thought about canceling like 10 different times, but then I just pushed myself to do it because it's gonna be fun, and like I just feel like I'm always complaining that we don't do anything for my birthday, like blah, blah, blah. So like but like people were like, okay, we should do this then. And I was like, great. But I think I just like saying like that I don't do anything for my birthday more than I actually would want to do something for my birthday.
Yeah, you like the lore of being like, I never do anything for my birthday.
Yeah, I do. I really do. But like as I've said on this podcast like time and time again, like I enjoy doing nothing.
Right.
So like totally fine either way. But it also feels like my birthday was like years ago. So
I know.
Like whatever.
So true.
It's like actually we're having a 3-way birthday party. It's none of our birthdays for like a while.
Well, yeah, your birthday's not for a year.
Yeah, like mine passed, and like the other 2 girls are in April. So like it is what it is, but it should be fun.
Yeah, so we're going to the Burn, which actually, fun fact, if you're from Boston, maybe you've seen this girl, maybe you haven't, but there's this girl called like Narcoleptic Katie or something on TikTok.
That should be your name.
And she basically is like oh, like, Day wanted me finding a boyfriend in Boston. Like,
yeah, you told me about
whatever. And she basically took a poll. Of course, now she's like famous and an influencer. Well, Boston famous, so but whatever. She took a poll on her Instagram story and was like, what are the best bars to like find a boyfriend in Boston? And the number
she
one
said this one?
This was the number one response she got from people.
The best bar to find a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was the Burn.
Okay.
So kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of good news.
Yeah, but now that okay, I'll just stop.
What?
Okay, this is what I was gonna say. Now that I what? Okay, no, not. Okay, let me just finish.
That's what you said.
I know, but not going in that direction.
Okay.
Basically, we found out that the Burn just plays live music like
a couple of days ago. Well, okay, the thing is, it's like I kind of knew, but I didn't really ask a lot of questions. Like, I'm a big like go with the flow. Like, if other people are taking charge of the planning, like, I'll let them.
Yeah, you're like, I'll take a backseat.
Yeah, like, I don't need to be in charge. So they, like, my friends just picked this place, and I was like, okay.
Okay, yeah, so whatever. I guess I found out that the Burn plays, like, live music, and, like,
yeah,
to be honest, live music isn't really, like, our favorite when we're going out.
Yeah.
So it does concern me a little.
It does concern me a little.
It does concern me that if she's saying, like, people are finding, like, whatever there, I'm just like, well, what's the crowd? Like, if...
Well, it's probably just more, like, talking.
Yeah.
Get to know you.
Yeah, I guess that's
probably why it's better to find a boyfriend there.
Right, but I'm just like, what is the crowd that is attracted to there? Like, I just don't know if I would be compatible with someone that likes live music.
Yeah, but, like, you're not finding a boyfriend in a club, but it's like you can't hear them. You know what I mean? So that's probably
maybe that's better. It's more of, like, I can't hear them.
A personable bar where you can, like, talk to people. Right. I think that's just, like, what they mean by that. I don't know if it's gonna be, like, good. Rumor has it that there's, like, a fiddler. So we're gonna get jiggy with the fiddler.
Right.
There's nothing more to that sentence.
Yeah. But that's the reason why we're drinking.
Yeah, also, but honestly, it has nothing to even do with, like, this bar specifically. I just feel like whenever we actually want to go out and, like, have a fun time, there's something, like, wrong with us mentally. So we need to, like, like, get really, really drunk. And there's no other option. Agree or disagree?
No, it's
true. Yeah, so it's not even specific to this bar, but it's like if I'm talking to anyone outside,
yeah,
like, need to be severely under the influence.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
It's just like, I don't know. I think it's overwhelming.
But no, I just think we'd rather be home.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? So then. But
it also depends on the place, too.
Yes, but what happens is if we're not so drunk that we can't go home, we want to go home. Like, if we're...
what?
Like, we are... Like, it happens every time, especially with you, when you're, like, rather stay out because you're so drunk you can't go home.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So if we get so drunk that we can't go home, we'll, like,
oh, yeah, because if I'm not drunk and I'm just standing there, I'm like, okay, I'd rather be in bed.
Right.
Yeah.
But if we're drunk, it's like, oh, the spins are going to happen if you lay down. You can't go to bed yet, so might as well keep drinking and stay out.
Okay, that's actually so
I think that's why. But, like, I don't want to be like this. I don't.
But I feel like everyone's like this, or they're sober. Yeah. Or they don't drink when they go out.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, not most, but, like, a lot of people, like, want to stay out either way. Like, they want to go out.
Yeah, but to get drunk.
True. I don't know, though. I think to be social. Like, to see people and, like...
Yeah, but also to get drunk.
Yeah.
Because, like, think about it. What are the reasons people go out? Like, to drink alcohol, basically.
And
like,
boys.
to talk to... Well, yeah.
I'm just... And to be honest.
No, that is true. But they're only going to talk to them if they're drunk. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's all connected.
Yeah. Basically. Because...
Yeah.
Yeah. Just science.
I know. But the thing is like, for me, who has a boyfriend who doesn't enjoy live music, I mean, I like live music sometimes. It depends what they're playing, obviously. If I know the songs, I like it. But, like, and I'm not drunk, what am I doing there?
I agree. As someone who doesn't have a boyfriend.
I know.
Because here's the thing. Well, maybe it's just the places I go.
Yeah, but also I feel like we don't really go out with like a big group of girls, so maybe
that's actually
different.
No, that's actually so true.
Other people provide like entertainment, like it's
yeah. No, that's a good point. Because when you go out with more people, there's like more storylines, more like
like other people. Even if you're not like so drunk, someone else is, and they're doing something crazy. Like
that's so true.
Yep.
Okay. Did you do anything this week that you want to tell the pod about?
No. Well, I guess I can give a good Boston rec. So Steven's staying with me this week. It's his spring break from University of Buffalo. So he has come to Boston, spend the week with me. And so we've been trying a bunch of different places. So my Boston recs of the week is Crazy Good Kitchen on Newberry Street. They have like crazy milkshakes that are really fun. Really good. Like it's coined like the best burger in Boston. And honestly, it is the best burger I've had here. Also, where else? Oh, we ordered from Mortadella Head in Davis Square, and I'm not even lying. You're gonna like say I'm lying, but the pizza was like really, really good.
Really?
Really good. It was like Dave Portnoy went there and scored it really high, so that's why I went. And like my friends from school said that like it's a pizza and like subs place, so we got like a chicken parm supreme sandwich, had a bunch of like shit on it, and a pepperoni pizza, and it was really, really satisfying and really good. So I highly recommend if you're looking for a good pizza in Boston, I would definitely check that out.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, no, like I'm not saying it's like you're not in fucking Penn Station getting a slice for $2. Yeah. Like I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But for Boston pizza, definitely, like for any pizza, it was decent. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For Boston pizza, amazing.
Oh, okay.
Like the pepperoni, like they have the pepperoni cups, which you don't care about, but like the pepperoni cups were really crispy, and like the pizza was really like the dough was like good. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Maybe I'll check it out.
And they have a bunch of like specialty pies. Like that's the thing in Boston too, is like the big difference I've noticed is that like in New York, like you can just get a slice anywhere. Like but like the slices are like amazing.
Yeah.
In Boston, you need to get the whole pie in order for it to like be good. Like they don't sell slices of like
that was like in Amherst too.
Yeah, you can't get a good slice anywhere. But for a whole pizza pie, it was really affordable actually, and really good.
Oh, now I want pizza.
I know.
It's like crazy.
It's sad though because I feel like don't you feel like whole today like we're at Amherst?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in Amherst right now and that we're gonna go to Antonio's later. Oh I know, I'm gonna cry.
Okay, wait. So this morning we had this morning it was 2:30.
It was actually it's 2:30 in the afternoon.
We had to go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Because
wait, what do they call it? The Packy?
What?
There's like there's in Massachusetts like the Packy. Right? Whatever.
I don't know.
Okay.
We had to go to the liquor store to get alcohol, obviously, to pre. Mm-hmm. And it literally felt like Amherst.
Yeah.
Because we never go to the liquor store here. I don't know why. Like, we like don't pre anymore. But anyway.
We'll get to that.
We will get to that. So yeah, we had to go to the liquor store, and then we went to 7-Eleven to get Mixies, and it was just like
Mixies? That was so cute.
It was just like college vibes.
Yeah, it was really, and like we were in our sweatpants, and like we looked like psychos, and that's just like how you can walk around Amherst all the time.
Yeah,
and it was just so funny, and like it's also like it was really nice out today, so it just felt like prime Amherst vibes.
Yeah,
and now we're going out, and we're talking about pizza, so I'm just like. Feels like we're gonna go to Antonio's later, but we're not. We do have a pizza place right there, though. I would say it's what is it? College pizza. I would say
I'm not getting that.
No, but I would say that it's equal to Antonio's.
Oh, really?
Like Antonio's wasn't amazing.
No, but it was good.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've had pizza from there, it's equal to
Wait, is that the pizza place that...
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Now that's funny.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway.
Steven was there for that too. Steven, do you want to make an appearance?
Wait, Steven reveal.
Steven reveal.
Can I shower first?
You're on it right now. Come say hi. What do you think about college pizza?
I don't think I've had it.
No, we did have it. That's the one that you said that was.
It was terrible.
No, because he's just not, because it was like, what? It was like $9 for 2 slices.
Yeah, I'm never going back
Oh,
there.
okay. All right. It was good pizza, but like it is expensive for what it is.
Classic Boston. Yes. Okay. So in other news, I guess we'll move on to what we're saying with our chat. Oh, wait. Sorry. Before we do that, I want to say a place that I went to.
Oh yeah, what did you do this week?
Okay, so on Thursday, I went out for drinks with actually an old friend from Garden City who lives here now too.
I didn't even know you were gone.
Damn, you guys hear this?
Sorry, I'm preoccupied this week, but I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah. And we went to this place on Newbury Street called Foxhole, which was...
I wanted to go there.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I've heard about that place.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like shocked.
Yeah.
It was so random.
I saw that place on TikTok actually.
Yeah, the drinks were like
I think really, more drinks.
Really good. Yeah, they were so
like
good.
More bar vibes than I saw about like the food.
The food was like suspect, but the drinks were really good. So I would recommend that place if you want to go get a casual drink with someone. Yeah, that's basically it. But I just wanted to mention that.
No, that's good. We're doing Boston Rex of the week. Yeah.
Okay, so moving into what we're saying with our chest.
We have a joint say it with our chest this week. Because we both like had a light bulb moment. Yeah. And we were like, okay, that'll be it.
But honestly, okay, we're about to say it, but I think that this is only an us problem. Like, I think that people are going to be like, well,
I know, but like people who watch us, I feel like relate to us.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
So our joint say it with our chest this week is
bring back pre-gaming.
Yeah, pre-gaming. Because, okay, honestly though, I don't know.
Well, especially in Boston. That's what I'm saying. Especially in Boston, bring back pre-gaming because drinks are so expensive.
True.
So, like, you're out, like, at least $60 going to the bar if you don't pre-game at all. On the other hand, that doesn't really stop us because I feel like even if we do pregame, we order the same amount of drinks out.
Yeah. But I think, okay, this is what I think. Okay. Pre-games have just changed.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like now...
pre-game, actually. Like, pod and pre. It's, like, kind of fun, yeah.
That could be
and, like, we're talking, so I need to, like, sip, and I'm, like, actually drinking my drink. Yeah.
But I feel like pre-games have just changed. Like, as you get older, now I feel like the pre-games are dinner, drinks, and then go out, kind of. You know what I mean?
Ideally, yes.
Yeah.
But
we've done that a couple times.
Yes. But my problem is with pre-games mostly is that I don't want... It's already hard to get me to go to one place. I don't want to have to Uber to so-and-so's place over here and then Uber to somewhere else. And, you know what I mean? And then it's like, sometimes you're so late that you leave 5 minutes later and you're like, well, I should have just fucking met them there. Like, the timing of it's hard.
Yes, that's so true.
Especially our timing.
We didn't have that problem in Amherst, though, because everyone pre'd at our house.
Yes. Which was amazing. And, like, bring back pre-gaming at our place.
Well, the thing we
not here.
Yeah.
But when we move and we have, like, an actual space for people to, like, hang out.
And more friends.
It is going to be a game changer. More friends. And a bigger space to have people over, it's gonna be a game changer.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think, like, the girls' house that we're going to, shout out Brooke, for the pregame tonight, has, like, a perfect space for preing, but location is just so bad for us, specifically, because it's in Alston.
Yeah.
And, like, most people, like, that are going, like, aren't around there. So I just think, like, if we had a good location and good space, like, it would be unmatched.
Yeah. I mean, we always
and we're, like, always, we don't want to go anywhere, so we'd, like,
that's why
some people don't want to have people over.
Yeah.
And so, like, my other friends would be like, I don't want to have the pregame at my place.
Right.
But, like, we want to because we don't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah. I completely agree.
I know.
That was so easy because then, like, it's like, oh, people are still coming, but we're still getting ready. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not a rush. Like, we're not having to get ready so early and, like, figure it out. And, like,
yeah, those were the good old days.
Right.
But yeah, that's our say with our test. Bring back pre-gaming. Oh, but I don't mind a dinner and pre and then
I don't either. I just, like, feel like after dinner, sometimes I get really tired.
Yeah, true.
It needs to be, like, a light, like...
But think about before we went to Scorpion Bar that time. That was perfect.
That was perfect.
You know?
But that was, like, I felt like a special occasion.
Yeah.
But also, I just feel like the perfect pregame, like, ideal pregame would be, like shared plates, drinks.
Yeah,
go
I
out.
agree.
Not like, heavy pasta.
Yes. No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our episode for this week.
What time is it?
7:23.
Okay. That's the thing. It's like you gotta time the pre's perfectly, and we have not mastered that yet.
Well, we're doing good on timing today.
Yeah, but we're early.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, we can always just go.
We could also just be late.
But why? We're literally so, like, they're gonna watch us and be like, you're literally ready to go, already drunk, and you're gonna be late on purpose.
Okay, hot take, I like being late.
No, me too. I don't like being the first person there, but I also feel like since it's low-key, like, my thing, like, maybe I should go. Also, it's just funny because I don't know who's coming.
Oh, yeah.
At all. People could just show up randomly. And
I don't think the people are thinking of
I don't think they're gonna come either.
Because I saw something that makes me think they're not coming.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
All right, so anyway, to end this podcast, say it with your chest.
Our podcast called Say It With Your Chest is ending right now.
Yeah, but first follow us on Instagram and TikTok and subscribe to us on YouTube.
And watch our TikTok that we just posted.
Yeah. And also ask us a question every Tuesday. And yeah, leave us a comment or something. Say
just
hi.
do anything.
Yeah, literally just fucking do anything.
Oh.
Just kidding. I love you guys. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Bye.
Bye.